2026 is going to be an awesome year. We got some pretty cool stuff coming up. First off, we got Foundations of Recovery. This is our flagship program. We're starting it in January.
This is for anyone, man, woman, or couple who wants to come and reclaim their heart from shame, trauma, and betrayal. We start off with an education on all sorts of principles, give you the common language. We feed you from a fire hose in terms of all things recovery.
It is such a great start to recovery. And we get at the roots of things, Tyler. This isn't like any other program. Like, this is our healing journey in process, and Foundations is where we begin.
If you look at the value that you're getting there to kick off a good recovery with all of the right education, all of the right language, and a team to get you started while also being directed by Brannon and myself through the whole process, what a deal.
So if you're interested, if you're struggling, if you've been wanting to do something for a long time, jump into this. This only comes around every so often, and we would love to have you there.
Click the link in the description to sign up for it. And to make it even sweeter, we're also including a raffle for a free pass to the Radiant Dawn retreat. Anyone who signs up for Foundations will be added to the raffle for that free Radiant Dawn pass. If you're a man and you sign up for Foundations, your name still gets entered, and you can give that pass away if you win it to any woman that you want to.
So what you're saying, Tyler, is if you sign up and participate in Foundations, you could possibly go to Radiant Dawn for free?
That's exactly what I'm saying, which is crazy because Foundations by itself is already an insane value.
Man, I sound so salesy. But it actually is awesome. So come to Foundations. And even if you don't come to Foundations, sign up for Radiant Dawn. It's beyond therapy, the best healing experiences that you can have.
Click the link below and come join us.
4 things to do to take care of your mental health.
Welcome to the Therapy Brothers podcast.
I'm Brannon.
I'm Tyler.
We're brothers.
We're therapists.
And we know recovery.
Bring your stories, your questions, your successes with real recovery.
Hey, Tyler, you ready to have some hard conversations?
Let's do it.
Let the Therapy Brothers podcast begin. All right, guys, welcome. It is just me today, Brannon. Tyler is off, I believe, on an elk hunt. And the hunt he's doing is like a tough one. So he's been hiking a lot, climbing mountains, and I don't know if he got an elk or not. But he's challenging himself. To be honest with you, I don't love hunting with Tyler. I love being with him, spending time with him, and just bonding in the mountains. But he likes to chase the animals down. He's like a mountain goat. He just goes. He can just climb mountains like no other. And he has 2 fake hips, and he just keeps climbing. It's crazy. He's like the bionic man. He's a tough dude, that guy. So I actually do love hunting with him, and it challenges me to push myself to climb mountains and get up in nature. So hopefully he was successful and had a good time. And we finished our retreat a little over a week ago, and that was awesome, and it was exhausting and just so amazing. And I think this is one of the first episodes we've done since the retreat, and I just want to give a shout out to all the guys that went. Way to bring it to the retreat. It was every year we say it was incredible, but this one truly was incredible, and with some major breakthroughs and I believe miracles that happened while we were there. And the best thing that happened while we were there was the collective energy of all the brothers that came, and the connection that happened between all of them. It was just beautiful to watch and to be a part of. And I feel so blessed in my life to be able to witness such things and to feel such things as well. So just thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for taking the time, spending the money, bringing the energy, and making it happen. And to our staff, I just can't say enough about how amazing you are as men and friends and brothers, and just really blessed to be a part of our community. And just thank you. It's awesome. Um, so if you didn't make it this year, come next year, because uh, it really is amazing. So you probably won't hear much about Rising Sun for a little while. So just wanted to say that though. So topic for today is 4 things that you can do to take care of your mental health. There's a there's this thing where we really want to be healthy, and we live in such a dichotomy here in the US where our health is important. So there's these gyms popping up everywhere. Um, and yet our lifestyle is and our culture is so unhealthy in many ways. And the same thing happens with mental health as well. There's a therapist office in almost every building, and yet so many people struggle with poor mental health. On one hand, we value it. On the other hand, we struggle with it. And I think an indictment of our systems and our culture, some of the ways that we live, and we just automatically do things. And we don't question those things, the things that we automatically do. And yet so many people are struggling with anxiety, depression, addiction, all kinds of things. And it seems that through your life, if you don't stop and actually make health a priority, whether it's physical health or mental health, it will start to get the best of you. And when it does, then other consequences start to happen in your life. So I want to specify 4 things that are really beneficial to live a life where you have good mental health. um, so the first one is to have good mental health, you need to take good care of your physical health. Physical health is maybe one of the most important things for your mental health. Makes sense. I don't know why we separate our brains from our bodies so much. It's like, oh yeah, my body this and my brain that. We are one entity, one. And our bodies hold energy, and our bodies, how healthy our body is, provides energy and life to our brain, to our mental health, even to our soul. So we think that we can just abuse our body, treat it horrible, and it'll take the brunt of it, but somehow we can still stay healthy mentally. That's not true. It's just not true. If somebody came in struggling with their mental health, one of the first things that I would recommend is to evaluate and assess what they're doing for their physical health. Um, so just some things, you guys know these things, but I'm going to say them. To have some movement every day. Poor mental health happens with depression, at least happens with stagnation. When you're just not moving, you're not there, nothing's moving forward. So if you're stagnant physically, you're going to be stagnant emotionally. So have some movement. Simple little things like walking every day. I've noticed for me, my biggest struggle is in the afternoon after lunch. I think a lot of people kind of have a lull, a down, and I've started right after lunch taking a walk, and it's been amazing to me how that walk right after I eat lunch gives me energy throughout the rest of the day. It's not the food. The food makes me sluggish. But the food mixed with a walk, healthy food mixed with a walk, gives me energy for the day. Um, Walking, running, lifting weights, any kind of movement is good for your physical health. And guess what? It's good for your mental health. Um, Now, these things snowball on each other, the physical stuff. When you start exercising or moving, then you have more motivation to eat well. When you put garbage into your body, that garbage goes into your brain and affects you on an emotional level and a soul level as well. Processed packaged foods, those are designed to give you a quick hit and numb you out. It's addiction at its finest. And somehow we take food and we say, well, that food, that addiction isn't as bad as other addictions, sex, drugs, whatever. For some reason, I can keep eating the junk, and the consequences come slowly. All of a sudden, your joints hurt. You can't hike with your kids. You have some pre-diabetes. Little things start to happen over time. Food addiction kills more people than any other addiction. And if we look at it as addiction, to me, from my perspective, being a therapist, addiction isn't so much a physical thing as it is a mechanism to numb out life, to control pain. So if I'm using bad food to numb my life out, how am I going to be with my mental health? Versus eating foods that are alive, foods that help me to feel. It's interesting that the vibrant colored foods like fruits and vegetables and whole foods are the ones that give you life. The bland colored foods, fried foods and things like that are the ones that make you sluggish and harm you. So you guys, I know it's not easy. I know I'm here preaching to you. I struggle with it myself. Um, I do the best that I can. I got to, breakfast here, but I am not a perfect model of health when it comes to eating, especially. Tyler and I kind of joke about that sometimes, and it's interesting the culture that we live in, the family that we come from, and I'm not singling out my family because most of us Americans come from families that are pretty unhealthy with our habits. Um, and it's just the fact of the matter. And I think we have to really not the knee-jerk reaction is to just like try to force yourself not to eat the bad food. And what that does is it pushes you into eating more bad food. So it's shifting your paradigm. Um, one of my favorite books is Intuitive Eating because it's about mindfulness and it's about choice, it's about agency, it's choosing in. Okay, I could go on and on about the food thing because I that's my biggest struggle. Um, but another thing physically, so I'm still on number one, take care of your mental health. Another thing physically is sleep. Tyler and I talk to all these people all the time in our offices or on the podcast, and we're talking about these complex emotional relational situations. And the fact of the matter is a lot of those people would greatly benefit from 2 extra hours of sleep every night. Like that would change their life. Turn the TV off, go to bed. 8 hours of sleep is a real thing, people. Most adults I hear it's like, yeah, I had a good night's sleep. I got 5 hours. What? Your sleep is foundational to your ability to regenerate, to show up, to feel alive. Fuel yourself with good food. Move your body. Rest. Rejuvenate. Do those things and you will be happier. You will feel more fulfilled. You will understand your purpose here in this world better. Physical health is important. I can't stress that enough. Go to the doctor if you need to. Get things checked out. Take care of them. Don't let them nag. Don't let them just drag you down as you age. Take care of yourself. And I'm not saying get on a bunch of meds and things like that. I have my own qualms with the Western medicine system. But there's a beautiful thing happening out there where medicine and health is becoming more holistic in the world that we're living in right now. And there's all kinds of really cool things out there, like yoga studios or cold plunge or holistic uh, naturopathic medicine. And then there's traditional medicine. There's all kinds of ways to address your health. And for you, feel it out, use your gut, follow your intuition, but prioritize it. It's important. My little brother Rex, he was going through some hard times, and I was watching him struggle, and it's pretty awesome what happened. He was gaining a lot of weight. He was out of shape. He was kind of like slowly killing himself. And I don't know what clicked inside of him, but he decided I'm going to live. And the where he started, and it's pretty cool where he started, was his physical health. He lost a bunch of weight. He felt better about himself. He gained some confidence. He was more alive. He attracted healthier relationships as a result, and everything from there snowballed into positives. And all he did was really focus on that mental or that physical health side of things, and everything else started to feel better and be better. All right, let's move to number 2. And by the way, I know when I talk about taking care of physical health, what that can do is trigger shame, where you start thinking about all the things that you should be doing, but you're not. And I would just suggest that you stop for a second and you just focus on one thing that feels good today. Like for me today, I know I need to cold plunge today. I just need to get up there in the mountains. I need to just feel that river. And it's a physical thing. I need to cold plunge today. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to cold plunge and I'm going to eat a kale salad for lunch, something that's alive. It's going to have kale, beets, nuts, healthy whole foods for lunch. Those are the 2 things I'm doing. I'm focusing on that today. And the reason I'm telling you this is not to tell you that I'm awesome or doing perfect at this, but it's not hard to do 1 or 2 good things for your physical health today. Number 2, for good mental health. Surround yourself with people that have good vibes, people that take care of themselves. So, what do you know? When you're around people who are depressed, guess what you're going to feel? Now, I'm not saying you can't go down and take care of people who are struggling. I'm all about that. But you need to do that with boundaries. If you're around anxious people all the time, you can start to feel anxious. So you can go help somebody with anxiety. Let's say your mom or your sister or your brother struggles with anxiety. I'm not saying don't be around them. But what I am saying is don't just be around them. Be around people who are actually working to be healthier. You will resonate with who you are around. And the healthy people will push you to be healthy naturally just by being around them. So if you look at your support system, you look at your friend group, ask yourself, is that a person that I want to connect with more or less? Is that a person that I need more boundaries around and not have as much connection? Or is that a person that I want to nurture more connection with so that we can support each other to be healthier? Everybody's struggling on some level with their mental health. So I'm not saying go find perfect people, but the key is to find people who actually acknowledge that they need to work on it and do things to actually work on it. So if you don't have those people, then you can create those type of relationships. Where, you might ask? Go to places where healthy people go. And I'm not just talking about the gym. Sometimes the gym is the most unhealthy place to find people. But places like a retreat, I think that's a good example. A lot of guys just found other men who are working on their mental health. Maybe it's church, maybe it's a community event, but you can find places to meet people. Also, there's probably people already in your life that you could start to work on a relationship with and have more connection with. Send a text message, make a phone call, go out and do stuff together, fun stuff. Um, I was just in Phoenix with my best buddy Harry and another friend Joe, and these dudes like they take care of themselves. They love to be active. And I went on this 5 mile hike in Sedona, Arizona with them. And it was just awesome. It was just awesome to move, to be with those guys, to connect, to laugh. Um, it's just good for your mental health. So that's another thing is mix these two. Take your friends who have good vibes and go do some physical stuff together. That will help your mental health. Chase, who's been on the podcast before, he's been getting out and playing basketball like almost every morning. And just, I think it's with a lot of strangers or whoever, just makes the basketball game up. But he connects with men in sport, in competition, and they get some movement and some connection. That's good for your mental health. Play pickleball every day with your friends, um, or whatever it is. Golf, pickleball, hiking, biking, but it doesn't have to be active. Go to a cooking class. Whatever it is, just connect with good people. Okay, number 3, which is really important for your mental health. Um, your well, here's what it is, and then I'll talk about it. Have a purpose, have a battle to fight, and a calling. Our mental health declines when we don't know what the heck we're doing here. And the reason it does is because we're getting signals that this isn't what I'm supposed to be. If I have a dead end job, I have no calling, no battle to fight, I will feel like blah. And the reason I feel that is because I'm being called to figure out what it is. If I feel really content about my dead end job, that's not a good thing. That's why you don't feel content about things like that. You will feel unfulfilled if you don't have a purpose, obviously. But that feeling of unfulfillment will wear on your mental health like nothing else. Knowing that you have talents, abilities, that you have a reason to be here, but sitting on the sidelines will not be good. So you got to ask yourself, what arena is your arena to step into? Maybe there's a certain topic, or certain place, or certain thing that you know that you were called to do. Maybe it's that book that you were going to write one day, or that business you were going to start, or that speech you were going to write, or that child you were going to help, or that invention you were going to invent. The only thing between you and living in your purpose is sitting in discomfort and fear. Sit in that discomfort and fear, step into your purpose, and you will feel alive. When you feel alive, it supports your mental health. It's really obvious. And just something to consider is sometimes it takes some time to start to sort out and figure out what that purpose is. And also throughout life, it might shift. It shifted for me recently. And it shifted in really awesome ways, but it shifted. And I'm still in that process of like, okay, where exactly do my skills, abilities, talents, where are they needed right now? So there's a constant feeling of getting in alignment with who you are and what the world needs from you. There's that constant feeling, but when you get in that purpose, you get in a flow state and you create in ways that you know. You know that that's what you were made for. So have a purpose. Number 4, maybe my most favorite thing to talk about, and what I believe is critical for mental health, and it's living a life of surrender. I'm going to give you a few different ways to say the same thing here. Turn your will and your life over to the care of God. Okay, that's one way to say it. That's step 3. Serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Live with a growth mindset. Let go and let God. So the reason why I like talking about this all the time is I believe it's a key to being happy and healthy mentally and in your soul. When you shift, you can shift your paradigm from I'm supposed to get certain things in my life, and until I get those things, I won't be happy. So if you have that mentality, what will happen is every roadblock that comes, you'll be resistant to. You'll fight against it, and it'll get you down. Versus a mentality of this life is for learning. This life is for growth. And I want certain outcomes in my life. That'd be awesome, but I'm focused on the living. I'm focused on the experience, the growth, the learning. I'm living today and growing today. I might get the millions of dollars one day or the perfect relationship. That might happen. But what I'm doing is the best I can today and living a life in gratitude for all the things that come today, no matter what it is. I'm surrendered to that. I praise God for whatever that is. And you can see how this whole principle is critical for mental health. Our suffering is caused from our resistance to what is. When we let go of our resistance, we no longer suffer. And we learn from the pain. We accept it, we feel it still, but we learn from the pain. When we learn from the pain, we become stronger, and that informs us as to who we are and what our purpose is. I've seen so many people throughout the years in my office, and their biggest problems are, one, they don't know who they are, and two, their resistance to what life has given them thus far. They don't see the reason for it. So they're fighting against, and they're cursing God for it. What do you know? That's not great for your mental health. I know I make this sound easy, and it can be hard, but it is possible for anybody to shift into that mindset and that thinking. Some people naturally just do it, and other people really struggle. They want certain outcomes. Unless those outcomes come, they're not happy. So my four secrets or keys to health, to being healthy with your mental health. One, take care of your physical health. Two, surround yourself with people that have good vibes. Three, have a purpose, battle, the fight, or a calling, or at least be pursuing, figuring out what that purpose is. That alone will give you purpose. And four, practice a growth mindset and live a life of acceptance and surrender to God's will. Now, take these things in like culmination, like put all these things together. Think about what your life would be like. Think about what your mental health would be like. It'd be pretty awesome. Who knows what you'd be able to like experience and accomplish and see. So what's getting in your way? These things that I listed off really aren't that hard. So why don't you just go do it? And you might be sitting back saying, you don't get it, Brannon. You don't get it. I got to pay the bills. Or my relationship is such a mess. My focus is all on that. I can't do anything else. I'm supposed to sleep for 8 hours. What are you talking about? That's impossible. I have nobody in my life, no friends, no people with good vibes. Well, guess what? I can think of a few guys this year that I've started working with who have started to cultivate and create those healthy relationships in their life. It is there. Like, you can make all the excuses that you want, and you can be a victim to the world that you're living in, or you can go do these things and actually feel good, feel excited about life, feel ready to take it on and fight the fights that are out there to fight that are important, and experience the joy and the happiness and the peace that is available for all of us if we're willing to accept it. It's right there for us. God loves you. God put you here for a reason, not to just spend some time in a body until you die. You can decide to be miserable your whole life, or you can decide to live. It's up to you. All right, you guys, I hope this was helpful. Please share it if it was. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. And until next time, keep on keeping on.